Okay, man. Okay. So, who do we have here today, man? Who do we have here?
Alright, it's your boy Darion Prosise, the Dinwiddie Assassin on Instagram. I'm a MMA fighter. I got a Muay Thai fight coming up February 21st this Saturday. It'll be my second one. This one's at 130, last one was at 140. I'm a flyweight though, naturally. That's my spot, so yeah.
Okay. Flyweight fight coming up in approximately less than 5 days.
Yeah, I think it's about like, I'm not the best with math. Give me like, it's like 3 days?
3 days, something like that.
Something like that.
How do we feel about our opponent? How do we feel about ourselves?
My opponent, I feel like, I don't know really much about him, so I'm not really going to judge too much. I'm always focused on what I'm trained to do, what I'm focused on doing. I know I'm in shape. I'm ready right now, so I could have fought yesterday. I'm always ready for a fight, so.
Okay. Not to display our talents or give anybody any cheat codes to us, but how do we get ready? How do we feel ready at all times, even days before the fight, like you said?
Man, I like practicing. If I can't go to practice, I'm out here getting some money, so I'd much rather be at practice, I'm not gonna lie. So staying in shape, dieting, I'm always the type to eat healthy, so you know, that's why I'm able to go back to back. I'm able, like whenever they call me, I make sure my body's in shape first. Eating the right things, staying hydrated, not doing all the fun things I used to because I don't want to get hurt out here having too much fun. So, but if I'm constantly training, not just stand up, my grappling as well, I stay diverse. So if you like to train, fighting is already easier for you, so.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit more about your upbringing, your hometown. You know, any people you want to give shouts out to, your camp.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm from Dinwiddie County. I grew up in many different places. I ain't want to get into all that right now. We ain't got a lot of time, but I'm just going to keep it P. Dinwiddie County, that's where I'm represent. And I'd like to shout out my homie Jesus Morales. When I started fighting about 4 years ago, when I got out the Marine Corps, I was training myself. Like literally, I was just going on YouTube, watching videos, doing workouts in my room. And I remember my boy Jesus was training at a boxing gym. And I was like, hey, let me come over, man. Let me train. Let me show me a little something. So I'll go train with Jesus. Then next thing you know, I got me a little fight coming up. So yeah, shout out to my boy Jesus Morales. And then my homie Angel Ventura, Luis Ventura, shout out to them too. Shout out to my boy Killer Cam, my boy Justice. And that's as far as I'm going to go with shout outs for now.
Okay. That sounds pretty good, man. So for those that don't know you, man, how will you say your previous fights were? How many fights have you had in your career so far?
Let's see. So if y'all don't know me, let's just say I had a Muay Thai fight scheduled years ago, but my opponent didn't show up. So I ended up grappling my boy Jonathan Campbell. Big shout out to him. Yeah, I lost. He put me in a little triangle. Y'all could go, I don't know if y'all could watch that, but yeah, y'all go give my boy Jonathan Campbell on Instagram a follow. He's nice with the jiu-jitsu. And then, you know, I ended up after that, I can't remember the name of the next organization I was on, but I went to K-Zilla. I got there because I was calling one of my old, I had a fight scheduled before I went to Marine Corps, right? And I didn't end up doing it, but when I got to the Marine Corps, I called the same guy, and then he gave me a connection to K-Zilla. So I ended up DMing K-Zilla myself in Messenger. Like, my boy Alan Stefan, I DM'd, was it Alan Stefan? He might have been that other organization. It's been a while now, but I DM'd the guys that own K-Zilla myself. Alan Stefan might have been the other organization, but when I got in with K-Zilla, they told me, hey, they gave me a chance. I had my debut there. That's all I needed to hear. So they told me they don't normally let a lot of independent guys come up there. A lot of guys that like fought in certain organizations because they don't want to, whatever. But they said they looked at my Instagram, they seen some of my old fights, and they liked me. I went out there and got a first round doctor stoppage. I gave the guy, to my recognition now, I know I gave him a black eye. His nose was running. His shoulder came out of socket. Yeah, you can see that fight on Instagram. It's Darion Prosise. Just look that up. You look up my name. You'll see a few fights on there. I had a bald head, so I've been doing this for a while now. So I don't think I look the best, but at the time, man, I was fighting flyweight, walking around like 131. So I was always at like a little guy's advantage, but I never thought of it that way. I was always ready to go. So like, man, That's how I'm always feeling about a fight. I'm ready to go. So you ask me how I feel about my old fights. I don't think it's nothing amazing. I give myself credit to know I was training with no training partners. I was in the room by my lonely, just shadow boxing, drilling, standing in front of the wall, YouTubing things, getting myself ready. And I was fighting fighters that had gyms and beating them. So, and not only was I doing that, I was fighting outside of my weight class. So.
Okay. So we're gonna talk more about like how do you see yourself in the next, let's say, we're gonna really be realistic here. We're gonna say the next 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
The pace you're going on now, the extra training, the connections you're making, the experience you're having in real arenas, it's being looking like it's debuted on YouTube. So how are we feeling about the future of this, man?
Definitely going pro. I don't see a future around now. I'm not saying I'm gonna be the best. I know my abilities. How much work I put into this. Like, I really don't be sitting around. Like, if you hang around me, you probably don't see me a lot. I grind hard out here, so I know my work gonna pay off. That's all I know. Like, if I don't come out, I might not come out rumbling off the start. There'll be some wins, there'll be some losses, but we're gonna have a lot of good fights. And it's about putting butts in the seats. That's what I'm about. I'm an action fighter. I think I press forward. I got nice defense. I don't come in here to run. I don't come in here to mess around. I think I'm worth the ticket. So I see myself in 2 years. In 2 years, I'll be worth the ticket. I'll say that.
Okay. I like that for you, man. So back to the fight coming up this weekend on Saturday.
Yes.
Do you have anything to say about that period? Do you have any shit to talk? How are you feeling, man?
I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm disturbed just a little bit. I'm definitely gonna have to bring this up. Like every fight. I'm not complaining about everything. Just every fight I got, it's just I have a little hard time getting opponents for whatever reason. That's why I've been doing 140s and 130s. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And I was recently scheduled to fight an opponent that's on the card with me. I have an opponent that's on the card with me that I was scheduled to fight. And I remember he sent it to me in like December, and I took a few days to sign it. Because I wanted to make sure that, because I'm telling you, every time it's time for me to fight, there's always a different opponent or a lot of things get switched up. So I just gave it a little bit of time to see if they would have anything happen to where that fight gonna happen. So they told me as soon as I signed and I agreed to take it, like a few days later, they sent me in to fight somebody else. So I took that. And then the flyer comes out and it's somebody else on there. So I'm like, cool, whatever. But then my original opponent is fighting for a title belt. Now, I'm going to keep it a band. It's whatever. Like, yeah, cool. I'm not mad at him because it's not really his choice. Like, of course, I would have took the title fight too. Like, even if I did lose my last fight, like, I would take the title fight. But coming from an outside view, I don't see how you could lose a fight and get it. Yeah, they have their reasons. I'm just asking from, like, I'm an athlete. I'm a competitor in this game too. Like, man, I told my coach I wouldn't mind fighting a champion on my debut, but they couldn't find nobody. So I took the 140. I'm not a man. When I weighed in to fight at 140, and strike me down if I'm lying, I had to drink like 3 or 4 bottles of water because I was 132 on the way up there, and I kept peeing because my opponent was the last one to weigh in. So I had to wait hours to weigh in. So I'm peeing. And I keep drinking water while I'm peeing, and I only weighed in at 136 to fight 140. So I ain't. Yeah. So and then it's like now I'm out of the picture for a title fight at 125. So I was mad about it at first. I'm gonna still do my job. Now I'm just confused. I don't really see how that works. But hey, if it's like that, we gonna run into each other anyway. So I'm just know I'm prepared to fight against any flyweight. So I think this would be my last time fighting outside of flyweight for a while. Of course I'm gonna come back. I like fighting, so I'll probably fight outside of flyweight again. But for a while, I need to build up flyweight fights. I'm a flyweight.
Do you feel like a lot of flyweights see you and they're ducking you for whatever reasons? Or their coaches maybe just, I don't want to mess up our gym like that, so let's switch this up. Do you feel like any of those problems arise?
I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm always going to keep it a band. Yeah. Like, I'm not about to sugarcoat nothing. I'm like, so we going to bring out the scenario, bro. So, like, you tell me. So, like, I'm booked to fight a guy. I agree to fight a guy. He agrees to fight the guy first. They sent him The junk, he agrees to fight me. I get it. I'm the second one to agree to it. Then out of nowhere, things are changing on my end. And I had my coach check into it for me. Because, of course, I'm going to check into that. I'm risking my life out here. You know what I'm saying? I had my coach check into that. And he told, this is what I've been told, that they're having a hard time finding flyweights. You know, I'm thinking it's an availability issue. Like, there's not a lot of flyweights available for that date. So they said that's why. And then they're trying to find matchups. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, I'm like, I weigh 132. Like, what's a better matchup for me? Like, we talk about keeping it even. I know I got muscle, but we talk about keeping it even. What's a better matchup for me than another flyweight? Man, I don't even cut that much weight. Now, I look big, but I weigh myself every day, man. I know I look 150, but I'm not even 140. So, but you know me, I'm a whatever guy. I'm from Mansville. Shout out to all my homies out there in Mansville, out there on McElwain Drive. If you out there on Glendale, out there on Tower Court. Shout out to all my homies in Mansville. So I'm like, it's whatever. But I still can't put myself out of position, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, to me it's obvious that I've been ducked, because it's like if we was original to fight each other and I've been told they having trouble finding flyweights, but then he's on his third opponent and now he's fighting for a belt. Man, if he ducked me and I'm a flyweight too, you could have asked me would I cut the 5 extra pounds, because I've been begging to do it. I've been literally begging to cut the 5 extra pounds. So if he already ducked me, then in my mind I'm like, hey, I didn't even know there was a flyweight title fight going on. So I'm like, hey, ain't nothing I could do about it. But when you ask me, like, I ain't saying who ducked me. Was it him? Was it the coaches? Did the promoter decide to change the fight? Just know I wasn't offered no title fight. Whatever they sent me, I said yes to. So if I was sent that title fight offer, I would have definitely cut the 5 extra pounds. But for whatever reasons that I can't necessarily throw out there, we just gonna throw out what we know. Y'all tell me what you think. Does it sound like a duck? If it walk like a duck, talk like a duck, it's a duck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not talking trash. I'm talking facts. Like, if you didn't duck me, I wouldn't be here saying you did. So, or whoever did. Whoever made that decision that we weren't going to fight, and then that happened, just know it's not because of me. You would have fought, no disrespect, any of the flyweights. So.
Okay. Let's go back to, well, we're still on Saturday night, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Let's you know, they always in fighting, they always want to say you want to have a map plan, you want to have a game plan, you want to you want to know your result at the end. How do you feel like the fight's gonna go?
I feel like so my last fight, I definitely didn't go out there to try to go 100 off the rip. I feel like that's just how I ended up going. Like, I could think I came in with a jab or a hook, he kicked me in my stomach, and then it turned into DBZ out there. Shout out to my opponent. Because, hey, if he had his Super Saiyan moment on me, he was really throwing them things. So it takes 2 to make a good fight. So shout out to my opponent, because, like, it was an entertaining fight. We had one of the better fights that night. So I'm going to give it to him. But this fight, I don't think it's going to be the same. Because, mind you, like, that was a good fight at 140. Now we took 10 more pounds off that. I'm hitting just as hard. I'm probably going to be a little bit quicker. I'm probably going to weigh the same. But I'm not going to be drinking all that water. I'm going to come in. I'm going to come in just as strong, fighting a smaller weight dude, you know what I'm saying? So I can imagine, like, no disrespect to him, like, I'm just to keep confidence, like, I can imagine just doing more damage. I'm not going to give out my whole game plan, but I guess since it's closer to the fight, I'm a defensive first fighter, even though I walk forward. I feel like if I just stay behind my jab and watch my stance, I could catch him. But I see myself winning at the end of the day. Like, it's always about vision. I have a strong vision. I have a lot of confidence in myself. I don't want to speak as until I'm talking down to my opponents. I just believe I'm going up. So I'm not saying this fight's going to be easier or he's going to be an easier opponent. Regardless of my challenge, I feel like at the end of the day, I'm going to get my hand raised. And I feel I'm ready to fight, man. I'm telling you, I would have fought. Like, if anyone you want to spar or something, the Dinwiddie assassin, hit me up. Or if you got an event for a flyweight, a 125 pound, for those who don't know what it is, I'm only taking flyweight fights right now, so hit me up.
Okay. And still a little research on you on YouTube. We seen that you had a Streetbeefs fight.
Okay.
How do you feel about Streetbeefs itself, and how do you feel about your fight that was there?
Fuck Streetbeefs. I don't like Streetbeefs. That's why I never went back up there. They keep asking me to go up there. I went up to Streetbeefs, and I'm gonna keep it a band. I only went up there because people in my area was trying to make it seem like I'm scared. But first of all, I've been training since I was 9 years old, competing since I was 14. So for you to make it seem like I'm scared to compete in anything, you either real cocky or just delusional, and both. You probably just both for real. But I entertained it because like whatever. I didn't want no fights coming my way at the time, so I said I'm gonna do this once just to prove my point. But when I went up there for an MMA fight. They have you when you sign up. You like, you gonna do MMA or boxing? I go up there to do MMA, and then I get asked to do boxing, which is cool. That's why I was in my underwear and socks. For y'all that's wondering, like, why was I in my underwear and socks and he was in shorts and shoes? He came there to box. I came there to do MMA. So I had different interior. That's why I was slipping in the grass. I was in my socks. You know, I could have kept my shoes on, but my mindset was ready to go for MMA. So I was like, whatever, cool. Then I get called out, like this story be told. They could say I'm lying, whatever. I'm gonna tell the truth. I get called out by Scarface and his son. I want to say his son's name Esteban. They tell me come over there. Walk over there. They was like, hey, you want to fight this guy? He's about 140. How much I weigh? 131. So this is what made me upset. I beat the guy. I can understand not being able to spell Dinwiddie, but we all know what dim-witted is. You know I'm not the dim-witted assassin, bro. Don't be playing spooky on my name, dog. I don't care what y'all got going on or how many people like y'all or what the business is. Like, you're not about to play spooky on my name. So I corrected that one. The other thing that had me tight is why you put 140 as my weight. Like, there ain't no weight classes on Street Beefs, all right? They ain't matching people up evenly there. That's not a problem. If you go up there, you should already know that. If you under any misconception, watch this interview. I'm gonna keep with a band. They're not worried about even matchups. It's more about trying to make the people they want look good. I feel like that's what they tried to do with me. They probably, cause I had my clothes on when they asked me to fight. I was looking skinny. Took my dunk off when I got in there. So then they started like, oh, I look a little bit bigger now. You know what I'm saying? They was trying to get it a little easy. I told them I was 131. I knew the dude was like, he was bigger than 140, but they put 140, you know what I'm saying? Hey, he can get mad, but I got DMs of this sucker, but I guess this is not the interview for it. But I'm gonna show you the DMs so we get to that next interview, you know what I'm saying? Okay, we go through those DMs about why I don't like these guys, because they mad, disrespectful. They gonna come in my DM after I beat the guy. Then I beat him, then his next fight, they talk about he's 1-0 in Satan's backyard. The devil is a lie. That's why it's Satan's backyard. How you 1-0 and you lost, boy? They raised my hand, talking about they went to a committee. There is no committee, gang. Y'all said there won't, bro, anyone that was at my Street Beefs when I was fighting, bro, they said there ain't no committee. The crowd gonna pick who win. That, his homeboy said he lost. All right? You was crawling out the cage, boy. You was crawling out the cage. And then they have the audacity to try to rework whatever. So now they messing up my business. People calling me to fight at 140 because they say, it says here you fight 140. You know what I'm saying? And then I beat the dude, and now y'all try to like erase history, you know? So fuck them. Like, how am I supposed to do business with that? We supposed to meet on ends, right? You're supposed to meet me in the middle, twin. So, but you ain't meet me in the middle. Fuck you, gang. Like, you on that. Yeah, so how I feel about Street Beefs, I'm not going to answer too many questions outside of this interview on Street Beefs because I don't really want to give them when I blow up, and I go UFC, BKFC, or whatever promotion, so I'll throw bare knuckle if that's what they want me to do. Okay. But yeah, I'll APFC, BKFC, RFA, I compete. I really, look me up. I really like that. I compete everywhere. Like, I'm really like that. Just call me.
Okay, let's go back to, let me speak for the community of MMA.
Straight up.
Me personally, looking into MMA, me loving certain fighters, for one, I want to say I definitely believe here on this platform, we believe we have a star. You know what I'm saying? We definitely going to keep tabs on your whole career. We always going to have love for you as big as you get. But we're going to go ahead and skip to the future now. UFC, the Apex, whatever you just mentioned, you know, we want to, I know certain people put their money on fighters like you know what I'm saying, once they get up to those levels. Certain people that take pride in you, as a fan would take pride in Super Bowl. So we're going to let these people know when they do this deep dive search on you, and they check this interview out, we want to know why are you fighting? Me, when I see certain fighters fight, I want to know, is this nigga just arguing with his bitch? Was this nigga just running from the cops last week? Is he fighting for a cut? Is he fighting for a payment? Nigga fighting because he's struggling? What are you, what's your purpose? What drives you in this career?
Man, what drives me in this career is I can't focus if I don't know I'm about to have like a fight coming up. I remember when I was 15, when I was growing up, I didn't know what MMA was until about like elementary school or something, because it wasn't really that much of a thing. But around 15 years old, I knew I wanted to do this. So I remember when I went to the military and I couldn't do this, and I went there thinking I was gonna be able to train and all that couldn't happen. Like, but I had to go to therapy, man. I don't want to say I'm a violent dude. I'm a nice guy, don't get me wrong, but I like balance. I fight. When I say this feeds my soul, you know how people just like some women like to clean, some women like to cook, some of y'all like to just go to the court and shoot the hoop. I like to beat people up, man. It's like, it feeds my soul. Like, it's less like, yeah, of course I want to get paid. We all want to get paid. This is a business. But when you ask me why I fight, it's because it hits my blood differently. This is my drug. There ain't nothing else I want to do. I could play a lot of other sports, but like, if you found me in basketball, I can't punch you. You know what I'm saying? So why would I want to play basketball if I can't swing on you, bro? Like, why do I fight? It's because sometimes I feel like, man, I just need to get my hands on somebody. Maybe you piss me off, but I can't hit you. But if I go sign up for a fight, I make them pay. Any bad emotion, I'm a positive guy, but anything bad I'm feeling, there's a place to get it out, and that's in that cage. So there ain't no place I'd rather be. You're not gonna arrest me for violence in that cage. So like, I have the need for balance. I need to get my hands on that. I need my hands on something. It's like, ooh, they just dropped a new burger out there. Let me go get my hands on that. Like, when I hear a fight event come up, I be praying I can get on it. Like, I fight because win, lose, or draw, I just need to fight, man. I grew up fighting bigger guys my whole life. So like, a lot of times I won't win it. But ask anyone that knew me, I'm a go. I'm TTG, bro. If you don't know what that is, then you're not TTG. We're not gonna explain what needs to be understood. So like, this is like, I don't fight to look cool. This ain't for the money. This ain't to say I'm better than y'all. Like, if I couldn't fight because I lost an arm or a leg, man, I don't even know if I want to be alive. I'll tweak out. I feel like I'll clock out if I won't. That's why I work hard at my job. I work hard at my job because I'm trying to finance these things. Like, if I was a pro fighter right now, I'll train like 3 times a day. That'll be my job. I'll put in hours. Like, I would put in hours like it's a warehouse. Like, ain't nothing. Like, that ain't nothing to me, man. Fighting ain't nothing to me. I just like, ask LeBron how he feel about basketball. I probably feel the same way about fighting, man. I'll do it for free. Like, I don't mind risking my life. It's a different feeling. A lot of people scared to do this. I really feel like if I couldn't do this, man, I could do a lot of other things in my life. But I remember at the point in my life where I thought I wasn't going to be able to get back in the cage. And I was really like, I wouldn't say I was depressed, but I wasn't worried. I wasn't concerned about nothing. I was just like, I was just here. Fighting gives me purpose. So like, if I fight with a purpose every time. That's why I don't fucking like street beefs. There ain't no purpose over there. If you want to be a real fighter, just stay away from there. And I don't take that shit serious. So if you fighting for anything other than the fact that you like to fight, or if you just trying to find out how good, you just trying to test the waters, don't try to test the waters with me, gang. Because I already know I'm supposed to be here.
All right. I think that sums up everything, man.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck on your first fight, bro. Shout out
Dinwiddie County. You know what I'm saying? Anyone in Dinwiddie County. And wait, hold on. Shout out. We just gonna shout out Dinwiddie County for now. Lost my train of thought, but hey, all my supporters out there. Shout out to all my Marines that I served with. So if anyone served with me and they remember me, the ones that I like, you know if I liked you. You gonna know where you stand when it comes to me and you. So shout out to the Marines.